What's up, everyone? We are here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to yet another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in each week's episode. And just like every week prior, I got a lot of awesome suggestions once again. So like before, I will be picking my 10 favorites to showcase for this week's episode. So let's go ahead and see who got picked this week.
All right, so to kick off this week's episode, we have a suggestion right here from JC for the Jurassic World Epic Evolution Strike Attack kaprosuchus, and this is just a really awesome and intriguing figure right here. I love the sculpt on this dinosaur, and probably my favorite part about it is actually these teeth and the way they fit together. It just looks so cool. It's like crocodilian, but dinosaur-like at the same time. It's just a really, really fun look. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our kaprosuchus and its massive chomp. So let's go ahead and check that out. So you can kind of push down on it to get that chomp going and then see how all of those teeth fit together, which to me is probably my favorite part of this figure. And this one is just really, really sweet. I love the sculpt on this one. The paint job is not too bad either. It's nothing crazy, but it just looks nice for what the species is. And again, those chomping teeth are just my favorite part about it. So I'm super happy that I got to showcase this fun little figure with all of you today. Next up, we got a suggestion right here from Goji fan Adrian for the Hammond collection Allosaurus from Battle at Big Rock. And this is such a sweet figure, and in my opinion, my favorite Hammond collection release that we've gotten so far. I just love the sculpt on this. Of course, the articulation is absolutely top notch for Hammond collection, and the paint job just looks really, really cool as well. I mean, this Allosaurus figure is just so sweet. I mean, look at that render even on the side of the box. Now when we look at the back, we get a better look at our Allosaurus and some of the different features on it, including that glass eye, which they add to almost all the Hammond collection figures these days, which gives it a little bit of a cool, realistic touch. But again, this Allosaurus is just such an amazing figure, and this is one that is still available in stores right now. So if you have not added this one to your collection, I would definitely do that ASAP, because not only is this such a gorgeous figure, but it's one that's probably going to be valuable in the future just because of how nice it is. Now, this next suggestion we have right here is from Poland Bread, and he said the battle damage Indominus Rex, but I'm pretty sure he meant the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous extreme damage Indominus Rex, which is a really cool figure, and honestly, it is the most rare of all of the different Mattel Indominus Rex figures that we have gotten, so that makes it a little special as well. Now, it does have the exact same sculpt as the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex, but it has a different feature with this extreme damage, which is pretty cool. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our Indominus Rex, how it can roar and stomp, double-sided damage, and its extra wide opening of its mouth. So we can go ahead and check out all that. So you can open up the mouth a bit, which is really, really cool. You actually have a button back here you can press, which is very similar to the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. And it would normally have lights and sounds, but I haven't taken my pull tab out, so I wanted to keep it brand new. And then the difference between the Destroy and Devour is this button here, where you can expose the damage, non-expose the damage, expose the damage, non-expose the damage, which is really, really cool. But again, this is a massive Indominus Rex figure and a really, really awesome one, and the rarest that they have released from Mattel. So I'm very happy to have it here in the collection with me. Now we have more Hammond collection suggested right here from ASBE, and this is the Hammond collection Irritator from Jurassic World, which is really, really sweet. This one has another awesome sculpt, just like the Allosaurus that we looked at, and a pretty good paint job as well, which is really, really cool. I mean, I know it's a little bit hard to see in the box, but that Irritator is beautiful, and on the side of the box, you get a little bit of a better look at the figure, and then, of course, on the back, you get the best look possible. But this is such an interesting and unique species. I'm a little shocked that they added this one to the Hammond collection so early on, but I'm not complaining because it looks really, really sweet. I love the sculpt. The paint job isn't too shabby either. And then, like I always say with the Hammond collection, the articulation is absolutely top notch. So it makes them very fun with playability, and it also makes them very good for posability for people that like to do photography or set up different scenes, and it just lets you really use your imagination with this figure. figure, and that's what I love so much about the Hammond collection, and this one right here is just no exception to that. It's a great addition to the Hammond collection and a great addition to any of our collections. Now, this next suggestion right here is from my good friend Jurassic KM for my favorite vehicle from my collection. And so I had to go with an absolute classic like this Jurassic Park Jungle Explorer. I know a lot of people's favorite vehicle from the original movies is actually the Jeep, but I've just always had a soft spot for the Explorer, and the toy of it is just no exception. Look at this beautiful box art on this thing. I love seeing Alan Grant and Robert Muldoon in there. And then, of course, an animated render of the young T-Rex, which is so cool to see. Not only look at the back of the box, we get a real look at our Jungle Explorer, how you can remove the front hood for dino damage, and how you have a loading missile gun on the back too. And then, of course, we get it in a real scene, which is really, really sweet. But again, look how beautiful this box art is for this Jungle Explorer. What a fun figure here, and just an amazing one to have in my collection. And this one is honestly pretty rare and pretty valuable these days, so I'm pretty happy that I got to showcase it for all of you. Now, this suggestion we have right here from Boycheck Gamer is for the Jurassic Park Chaos Effect Thrasher T-Rex, which is one of the rarest Jurassic toys of all time and one of my personal favorites in my collection. And this is a repaint of the Thrasher T-Rex from the Lost World Jurassic Park, but in the wacky Chaos Effect colors, as all of you can see. And it is, of course, much more rare and so hard to get your hands on. So I'm super happy to have it in the collection here with me. Not only look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Thrasher T-Rex, and then a little bit of a description about it, and of course advertisements for the rest of Jurassic Park Chaos Effect. But again, this was one of the hardest ever toys to track down for my collection, and probably one of the most expensive and valuable ones that I have in my entire collection as well. And for a lot of you that know me, you know that Jurassic Park Chaos Effect is my favorite toy line of all time. So having one of the big bad T-Rexes brand new in the box in immaculate condition like this is just an absolute grail for my collection. So I'm always happy to share it with all of you. So now here is yet another Hammond collection suggestion from November Rain, and this is the Hammond collection concavenator from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and this is another really sweet figure. And this is one that we were really shocked when we first got it in the Hammond collection, because other than the statue of the concavenator in the Fallen Kingdom movie, this species has never appeared on screen. So it is interesting that they labeled it as Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and made a figure for it, but it does have a really sweet sculpt, a pretty good paint job, and awesome articulation, as is known with the Hammond collection. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get a really good look at our concavenator, and I just love that darkish bluish green color that fades into the orange. It just looks really cool and vibrant, but it doesn't look too unrealistic, so I think that is really, really awesome. But again, this is another really great figure from the Hammond collection, as a lot of them are. I think this little medium-sized dinosaur range that they've done with the Hammond collection has produced some really great figures, and this one right here is no exception to that. Now we've got another suggestion right here from I Play the One for the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Grab and Growl Indoraptor, and this is another really sweet figure and maybe my favorite Indoraptor toy that we've gotten from Mattel thus far, saying that they don't release a Hammond collection one in the future, which will probably overtake this. But again, this figure looks really, really cool and has some really awesome features as well that makes me really like this figure. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our Grab and Growl Indoraptor and how it can grab, chomp, and thrash, which is really, really cool. Now, of course, since this is a 2018 toy and Mattel batteries normally suck in these type of figures, I'm not sure that the sound effects are going to work, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it. So normally you'd click under here, get the mouth chomping, and it would light up the eyes, but as you can see, not really doing that. And then you pull this button back here to get it to grab, which is pretty cool. And then you can move the tail around to get it to thrash. So it does have a lot of really cool features, and my favorite part about it is probably the light up red eyes, which look really, really cool. But unfortunately, since this is an older toy and those batteries are dead, it is kind of hard to showcase that today. Now, this suggestion we have right here is from Santis Adventures for a Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. So I chose the Jurassic Park 3 Camo Extreme Jungle Spinosaurus since it is one of the rarest Spinosaurus toys out there and it is really vibrant and cool to look at. So it is the same sculpt as the React Attack one that came out in the regular Jurassic Park 3 toy line, but it got a revamped paint job to be the Camo Extreme Jungle version. So as you can see, it's got these awesome colors here. It's got like a realistic brownish color with these black stripes, but then this vivid blue that's added into it that really makes this Spinosaurus stand out. And now when we look at the back of the box, we get another look at our Jungle Spinosaurus and some of the other Camo Extreme toys from the line. But again, this one is really cool and it would normally have some sound effects, but since it's an old toy, it's not going to work. But you would normally... Oh, wait! This one is working. I completely forgot. That just shows how great these old Kenner and Hasbro toys are compared to the modern day Mattel ones. Because listen to that. And I guess this will work too. Isn't that just so satisfying and awesome to see? So not only is this a super rare figure brand new in the box, but the sounds are still working, which makes it even cooler. Now, the final suggestion we have for today's episode from Anna Mam is for more Hammond collection, and this is the Hammond collection Dimetrodon from Jurassic World Dominion. And again, this is another awesome figure from the line. It's got a pretty good sculpt, as you can see, but more than anything, I like the coloration, especially the orange that goes down the sail. I think it looks really, really nice. Then we get another little look at our Dimetrodon on the side, and then of course we go to the back of the box and get a much better look at the Dimetrodon and what it can pose like, and of course those glass eyes which they introduce to all of the new Hammond collection figures, which is always a nice little touch. But this Dimetrodon does look really, really nice. The bottom jaw, I will say, does look a little bit funky, but overall the sculpt of the figure is still really nice, and it is cool to get a unique species like this for the Hammond collection. So honestly, I don't really have too much complaints about it, and I still think it's a nice figure that I would recommend adding to all of your collections.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. Once again, if you did not get picked in this week's episode and would like a chance to be featured in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below.
Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.